Hi, this is my video for business skills class. I will talk about two topics. The first one is regarding cultural difference in business, and the other topic is setting goals for business. I think I will split up this audio. One will be focusing on cultural differences, and the other one will be about goals. So this is not became too long for hearing. Okay. For instance, we're going to talk about cultural differences in country in business. What does this mean? To summarize it, is the way they work, or the difference of treatment and planning and arguing and setting down uh, contracts in countries. It's not the same way we manage contracts here in Mexico than Japan or Germany or New Zealand, for example. Okay. For the first thing we're gonna say is I'm gonna talk about some topics that we got some difference between countries regarding business. So the first thing is communicating. Um, Communicating a meeting is really important, and if you're in a meeting, you have to be sure that no one has a doubt, no one has this idea wrong of what you're talking about in a meeting. If you, more important, if you're settling in an international way. So, for example, I'm talking about something in a meeting with Japanese people. So, Japanese people, when they have a doubt, they don't raise their hand and saying, I have a doubt. What they do is that they look straight up to you, looking at your eyes, and the eyes are getting quite bigger and try to bright a lot. So the first thing you have to know when you are in these meetings where there are many people from different places is to be really careful and see every detail you can see in that meeting, because someone can raise their hand for doubt, someone can be quiet, but he's looking straight up to you. So you have to be really careful with it, and you have to always see the details of your co-workers in that meeting. Okay. So another thing we have to talk about this different culture is leadership. Leadership is really different here in Mexico and New Zealand, for example. Here in Mexico, we got this hierarchy wave of leadership. Okay, there's the boss, there's the manager, and there are the co-workers, for example. So here in Mexico, we have been teach that the boss, the authority, we have to respect, because he's the authority. He's the one in charge. He's the one that knows. So what are we going to do? Well, if the boss says, you know what, we are getting a meeting, and this is the things we're going to do, you will follow it and you will respect that. If you got into disagreement, you will raise your hand, or will you ask for another meeting to talk with your boss. That's here in Mexico. But in New Zealand, there's another way. They all have this hierarchy that we have here in Mexico. The boss and the co-workers and the manager all are in the same level. If the boss says, you know what, I need this for tomorrow, someone can stand up or raise their hand and say, you know what, I'm in disagree with you, we can settle these things. And they start arguing and setting down any type of idea or contract they can use so as they can finish and get in agreement. So there's two different ways of leadership here. So you have the way we do it in Mexico, that is from in a hierarchy, that's the boss, the manager, and the co-workers. But in New Zealand, everybody has the same level. Everybody can speak up. And in a meeting, if your boss says something you don't like to, you can stand up and say, you know what, I disagree with you, and we have to settle down this thing right now. So that's the some topics and examples of cultural difference, and I can talk about more, but I'm gonna take more time, and it's like my third time recording this because I record all in once, and I took like 11 or 10 minutes, so it's like there's a lot of time. So that's some examples of different cultures that we can talk about regarding cultural differences in business.